called banana blossom. So probably most of you or some of you have heard of this. It's banana blossom or banana bud. In Tagalog, it's puso ng saging, which means the heart of the banana tree. So we are going to smear our knife with lemon. You may also use lime juice. Basically what that means or what that could do is to eliminate the black sap, because it could taste really chalky and it will also make your banana blossom kind of really black. So we are going to just smear a little bit here. And then also we have solid water, a basin of solid water by our side. Okay, now time to cut the banana blossom. Where you got back to me. I can bring it home. So just like artichokes, there are certain parts that are edible and certain parts that are not. You may get this at any Asian stores, by the way, Filipino stores. So I'm removing the outer layers here because the outer layers are not edible. Just want the core. You may also use canned, but the only thing is that it has a little bit of preservatives. So, but at least it's already, cut and cured for you. But like I said, it does have preservatives. So you only want this part right here. Then you want to even cut it some more. Cut the parts there. Okay. You may use this for like a decoration container for your food. Very Instagrammable. Okay, put this onto the compost bin here. Then this is kind of an odd shape to cut, so we are gonna do it horizontal first and then vertical. So as you can see, they have already turned black from the sap, which is fine, but you want to just quickly soak them in salt water. Couldn't stress it enough. And that's the first step you want to do because it needs some time to soak in salt water. Alright? Okay, on to the next ingredient. May I have a volunteer, please? I heard what he said when I asked Kare Kare, it means peanut butter, right? And but the old school way of doing it is with ground peanuts and ground rice. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna heat up the stove here, and if you can help me just toast them. That's there. Yeah. Actually, just half of it. Yeah, half of that. About half cup. Half cup. Fine for about 6 to 8 servings. And about 1 cup of dried peanuts. So what you're gonna do is you want to toast them. This makes or break your thickener. So this is very important. If you don't have the time to toast this, then you may skip it as well and just buy roasted peanuts. And then for the rice, you can just skip roasting the rice. But you're sacrificing the toasted flavor and aroma. No oil. Any other questions so far? Okay. So you want to keep mixing it every other minute or so they will evenly toast. The other shortcut, probably the most modernized way to do this, is to use peanut butter. And his favorite. The only thing about that is that it will taste very peanut buttery. So if you are a fan of peanut butter, then feel free. And you won't have to do this. But I highly suggest to get the peanut butter that has the minimal ingredients, just mostly peanuts, if not purely peanuts, because it has like preservatives and other sugars that will alter the flavor of the butter. So what I'll do is I'll pass around samples of what the rice should look like and what the peanuts should look like. So it's, do you want to do like one here and one here? It's there. It's okay, thank you so much. Here you go. Thank you for participating. Okay. What's your name? Thank you.
How do you grind the rice? How do you grind it?
Oh, okay, good question. So our lolas would use to, or grandmas would do mortar and pestle back then. I've tried it before, it's not fun. So it takes a while. But you may just use a food processor and that will do the job. Make sure to pulverize the rice first before the peanuts because the peanuts can get really pasty and it can get sticky. So do the rice first and then the peanuts. Yeah. You may use any kinds of white rice. Just make sure it's not sticky white rice. I use broken rice as well because it cooks faster. Any other questions?
There's a brown rice.
No brown. No brown, no red. You may, if you want to do the healthier route, but it may have a different taste with the flavor. So it's preferably white rice. Okay. So now we'll heat the rice here. Alright, so what I did was I heat up the pot here. Medium-sized pot that will serve about 8 people, 8 to 10 people, like a big meal. So we're gonna put oil, doesn't matter what kind of oil. I'm using here grapeseed oil blend. Grape seeds are usually a little healthier. So you want just enough to cover the base of the pot. Okay, so the base of the Filipino dishes, Filipino cooking is usually with garlic and onions first. So garlic here. And then that was about 3 tablespoons of minced garlic. And then we have 1 chopped yellow onion. So once the garlic has turned light brown or golden, that's when you put the garlic. I mean the onions. You know what I'm talking about. Alright. Okay, so once the onions have turned a little translucent, meaning kind of opaque white, kind of off-whitish or a little clear, that's when you want to put the eggplants. So what's cool about this kare kare is that it doesn't take a long time to cook relatively compared to the meat version because this is the hardest, this one has the hardest texture and the rest will have softer texture, meaning it cooks faster. You want to put 2 Chinese eggplants. You may use other kinds of eggplants too. Filipino eggplants, Japanese eggplants, Indian eggplants. Alright. And then we're gonna put water. About 3 bowls of water. Soften it. What we have here is vegetable broth. You only want to use about 3 tablespoons of those. So it really does the job. I got the mushroom flavor. But so 3 things that will make or break your kare kare will be the roasted peanuts, the rice, the toasted rice, and the vegetable broth. Another Asian store find or Filipino store find is this. Has anyone of you seen this before? So this is what you call a white snow fungus. It's very similar to wood ear mushrooms. So this will replace our rice and also will replace the oxtail. That's a good question. It is diabetes friendly, but because of the peanuts, it may not be as gout friendly. But if you are to taste kare kare, if you have to, then I suggest to go with this one because at least it has no cholesterol In fact, it lowers your LDL. Also, the banana blossom also was found to lower blood sugar as well. The snow fungus? How long to cook the kare kare? Oh, the kare kare, as soon as your eggplant is soft enough, you drop everything else and you just want to make the sauce and you're done. Oh, the snow fungus, you can buy them at Asian stores. Yeah. Here in the Bay Area, they're available at Marina, supermarkets. Pacific Super has them in Daly City. And I'm pretty sure Chinatowns will carry them as well. So feel free to take a picture of the package so you can show it to the person who works there. But they know, I'm not a big fan of the name snow fungus. I rather call it snow jelly, but that's just me. But it's called snow fungus or white fungus. And it is healthy and it does the job as far as texture of the extract. Okay, any questions? Can I get a volunteer? So as you can see, they're dried, so you just want to soak them. All of it? Yeah. Sometimes it helps if they're getting there. Sometimes it helps if it's warm water. If you soak the snow fungus in warm water. May have the So to begin with, I'll start with 3 tablespoons of this. Here. This is the vegetable broth powder. Yeah. And then we'll add later. I always advocate for people to not just follow recipe, but also to keep tasting to develop their palate and also to make it to their own dish. So I'm gonna start with 3 and then maybe later we'll add more depending on how savory it is. Do you want to see the package? So as you can see, they're already very tender. So we'll just break them apart and they can be easily broken apart. Thank you. Alright, thank you. You get a tote bag. Thank you. Susan, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. May I have this rinse again? So we're just gonna rinse it again because we used our hands, so we're just gonna rinse it again here. Okay, so now that our eggplants are nice and soft, we're gonna drop the banana bud. So we're gonna rinse it some more and then to take out the sap. So what I have here, I already have the ready-made banana bud that has been rinsed thoroughly. You pull them apart? Yes.
About how many, you just use one, or how many banana buds you use for that recipe?
It's up to you, but because you could see that it wasn't that big, you may use 2. They're grown in Mexico, exported from Mexico to here. I'm adding a little bit of water. So they're relatively accessible here in the area. Looks good. We add now the food coloring, which is what he was asking about, the achuete or nata seed. So you may buy them at Asian stores, Filipino stores. They're also available at the Latin section. It's a spice or it's a seed, and it doesn't taste much except kind of like subtle peppery taste. But we really use this for color. It's a natural coloring agent. So we're gonna put half a package of this. and a little bit of water and whisk it.
This one's already powdered.
Yes, it's powdered.
You can still buy the soup over.
Exactly.
You just add to the
Right. So her question was, this is already powdered, but there are also other variations. You may buy annatto seeds and then just dissolve it in water as well. And because we don't have the time right now, I'm gonna use whisk. Usually just let it sit, but I'm gonna use a whisk here. Really dissolve it. And you will see here that it will turn orange. The pot will turn orange. Now we're gonna drop the snow fungus or snow jelly. So once you see that it's running out of water, you'll just add more water and then add more vegetable broth. So this part is really all about adjusting the sauce, adjusting the taste, to customize to yourself, pretty much. So there is a recipe format, but for this part, you kind of want to just adjust it on your own. About 3/4 full.
I know it.
And then we'll add more of vegetable broth. About 3 or 4 more tablespoons. Okay, may I have a volunteer, please? We're gonna add the about a cup of ground peanuts, and I'm gonna keep mixing it in the pot. Yeah, all of it. Yes. And about, to start with, you want to go with 4 tablespoons of brown rice. But actually, what I'll do, I'll use the same bowl here. What I'll do, because sometimes it forms into a ball, or in Tagalog, bumubuo inside the pot. It's like it's you say it?
Gets coffee.
Huh?
Gets coffee.
Yes, there you go. Clumpy. It gets clumpy in the pot. So what I'll do is I'll dissolve it in a bowl first. I'll grab some broth here and just yeah. And then whisk it. You may also do this with the vegetable broth powder if you feel like you want to make sure that it won't be in the pot. I just put it directly, but you know, sometimes it's nice to be on the safe side. And just one more maybe. There. You guys see it? So this is the thickening part. Why we're using this is to thicken the sauce. And also, so you'll have, I like the toasted flavor of it as well. So if you can really toast the rice, I highly suggest you do it. Alright. And then, you want to taste it? Let's see first. I haven't tasted it either, so it may be still may lack vegetable broth, or it may be too savory. Find out. What does it mean? I feel like it needs a little bit more of the rice. Yeah. Check the cheese. Rosie, 302. It's getting there. Yeah. It's almost there, but Also, you want to be a little careful with the rice. That's why I'm putting it bit by bit, because if you put too much rice in the beginning, it will make your sauce gooey. So, because it will cook the rice, so you want to give it like 2 minutes first to expand in the soup before you really figure it out. So once again, we're grabbing the broth here.
I use this because I did it right here.
All right. Now it's becoming thick.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yay!
more than Daninas, to be honest. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much, Julie. Thank you. All right. So I think we have the sauce. And as you can see, it has turned a little thick, and it will become thicker as the rice expands. Okay, that's it for the sauce. We're gonna put this in, and we're done. So, and this is the last part because it cooks instantly. So this is what you call pechay, or Filipino bok choy. You want to triple wash them because it has some dirt like inside the stalks. If you can't find bok choy or any kinds of bok choy, if you cannot find pechay, there's Chinese bok choy, baby bok choys, any kinds that have this kind of stalk. Let's say spinach might not work for this. You want to have a little bit of a nice juicy bite to it. Just adding them there. It happens. It's fun. Any questions so far? Okay.
Do you use bagoong with it too still? Or
Oh, that's a good question. So bagoong is shrimp paste, and that has shrimp. So because we're veganizing, and vegan means no animal products, I have a treat for you today. As part of the tasting, you're gonna be able to taste the vegan Kare Kare, but I also veganized shrimp paste for you, and it will also have the same flavor and taste. So that will be part of your dish when you try it. So when you eat this, if this is your first time, it's best to enjoy it with a side of rice, as most Filipino dishes are usually enjoyed with a side of rice. And for this one, it has this rice and bagoong. It's or the vegan, or in my case, the vegan shrimp paste. It's a good question. Any other questions? All right. So we are done. It's boiling. Oh. Yes, you can also add sitaw, or sitaw in English is string beans. You may add those as well. May not be gout friendly, but it's also very healthy for other purposes. And in fact, if you want, you can create the sauce first, and other Filipinos have vegetables, steamed vegetables, served on the side. So sometimes the seasoning happens on the serving table. Plating wise, sometimes they serve it, like I said, with the sauce and then the steamed vegetables in the bagoong. Yeah, it's a good question. Thank you. Okay. All right, I think that's it. Any other questions for me? Maraming salamat. Let's eat. Kain na tayo. Let's eat. Okay, so everybody who has yellow tickets, please.